Ladies and gentlemen, welcome! Welcome to Day 3 of SHOUTcraft America. This is Group C. My name is Totalbiscuit, and today I am joined by the masterful Mr. Rotterdam.
Thank you very much, sir.
Should it be Mr. Rotterdam? Should we go Sir Rotterdam? Will that work for you?
Just Roddy or Kevin works too.
Roddy works good there. Okay, fantastic. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for coming to co-commentate today.
You're more than welcome. It's always fun to cast some American StarCraft, so I'm excited. I've been enjoying the tournament a lot so far. I've been trying to watch as much as I can. As we both know, it's hard to watch everything that's going on these days, but I definitely I caught my fair bit of it, and as soon as you asked me, I was like, yeah, sounds fun, why not?
Yeah, and very much appreciate it. You're not wrong, though, man. It's so hard to actually watch all the StarCraft these days. It's funny how I suppose WCS was supposed to streamline everything, and yet it means there's like 15 hours a day of StarCraft on now. I'm like, what? Yeah. This is insane. I can't watch all this.
It is literally impossible at the moment to watch everything. It was hard in the past, certainly with tournaments going on at the same time. But right now there is a 24-hour stream of just awesome StarCraft, which is really cool on one hand, but also makes me sad because I feel like it's my job to watch pretty much every single thing that's going on. But right now, I can't. I gave up. I'm barely watching any GSTL. Trying to catch as much Pro League as I can, and then of course all the WCS and SHOUTcraft. Man, it's rough, but it's fun.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's kind of a big first world esports problem that we just have too much StarCraft now, and so such is the way of things. Now, we are of course on the air again just after yesterday, in fact. Man, it was only yesterday when we had Group B, and we had some interesting results, actually, in Group B. So let's actually take a look at the bracket from yesterday. Now, I think everyone expected Gosu User to advance, but I don't think they expected him to advance in the way that he did. What we had initially was a pretty close match between Gosu User and Hendralisk, and I'd say, alright, cool, yep, it's Zerg versus Zerg. It's not Gosu User's best matchup. Hendralisk's pretty good at it. I was expecting a close tie there. What I was not expecting was Drunken Boy to defeat Gosu User 2-0 in 2 macro games. Maybe with 1 base all-ins, but he didn't do a single one the entire tournament. Which, this is something that he's been known for, I think, due to his performance in the WCS qualifiers, where he was able to use 1 base all-ins to eliminate Mia from the tournament, as well as progress fairly far in it. But he played really long, aggressive macro games, and some people were even comparing him to Goeho in the sense that that was the style that he was playing. So much aggression, pouring it on right from the start, and then multi-prong drops, pulling his opponent all over the map, over and over and over again. And, like, he was playing flawless TVZ. It was actually incredible to watch.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When I looked at the group as well, I said, okay, I think Ghost User is going to advance as first, and I actually thought that Hendralisk was going to advance as the second player in the group. Yeah. Neep, I am actually like least familiar with of anyone of this entire tournament. That doesn't mean, of course, that he's not good, because he's obviously still very good. I was like, I don't think that he's going to be ready to go on those guys. And I run into Drunken Boy once or twice on ladder, and needless to say, that didn't go very well for me. But I was like, I don't think that. I was like, Ghost User should be a little too good, and then Henry should advance a second. But man, Drunken Boy blew me away with his performance. It was really fun to see. And today we have another Canadian Terran playing as well, so
that we
perhaps
do.
He set a trend.
That we do. There you go. You can see it right there. This is the group today. This is the group that many people are considering to be the group of death because there isn't really a weak player in this group. Some would have said, yeah, Hello Kitty, probably not. But considering Hello Kitty's recent WCS performance actually defeating Heart, I think you've got to say, oh, Hello Kitty's actually competitive. Hello Kitty can beat Koreans. This is, this guy is legit. And of course we have Kane, who has recently been hyped as a new addition to Root.
Yeah, no, Kane is extremely good right now. If you watch any of the top American players stream, whether it's the Muslim or Idra, whatever, whenever you see Kane pop up, all of them always say, yeah, Kane is actually very good. And you see Kane, I would almost say, beating them majority of the time, which is crazy. So I'm super excited to watch Kane play today. He's been around for quite a while, and he's just been kind of slowly but steady climbing the ladder. It's not like he came absolutely out of nowhere. I remember him when he used to represent Legion team or Legion clan, whatever it is. And then he was just kind of like one of those North American Zergs that, wasn't great, but also wasn't bad. But man, over the course of the last 2-3 months, this guy has just been kind of skyrocketing, at least to the top of the North American scene. And I think is he the favorite in this group? Massa, man, it's so hard to predict. I have no idea, but I do expect Kane to advance just because of the way I've seen him play. Man, that kid is good.
Yeah, he is. Massa is as well, being described as by cats as the secret weapon of Root. Not a guy that we get to see play an awful lot, but he's actually really monstrous, and scarily so. And it's, of course, going to, the two Root players got in the same group. That means that they're going to end up running into each other. And I guess it's okay that they're running into each other right now. That means that maybe a Root player gets through as the winner, and then the other guy goes through as the loser bracket. But, that may happen, that may not happen, because, of course, we have Suppy in the group, man. Suppy, the guy that 4-0'd his WCS group, taking out Ryong and Hart, which, for me, was like what the hell just happened? And I was torn between rooting for Suppy and rooting for my players, because Suppy was just playing so well that it's like, wow, this guy.
Exactly. I mean, Suppy has also been, Suppy, I would say, is already a little bit more established than Kane. We saw Suppy make that great run at the World Championship Finals last year, where he was almost the one defeating Parting, taking it to a 5-game series, which was just sick. Everyone was like, oh my god, how good is Suppy? Suppy also, of course, had a lot of success with his collegiate team, basically carried them through the victory. But after all, Suppy's always like, yeah, okay, we know Suppy's really good, but he's still a full-time student. Can he really be that good? Well, he definitely showed at WCS that despite being a full-time student, he has what it takes to mess with the absolute best, which is that's really impressive, man.
It's actually terrifying. I'm scared whenever I watch him play. He has this style to him that seems like it's just relentless, and he's always taking these great engagements, and you keep killing him and he keeps coming back. I was like, can you just die? I mean, how hard can it be? Just please die. And he won't. He flat out refuses.
If you ever meet Suppy in real life, you will notice as well that he's just an extremely happy and nice kid, and that kind of displays in his playstyle as well. Like, he never gives up early. This one other game, as you mentioned as well, which was against Hart on Belshire, like everyone, like I think 9 out of 10 Zergs on a certain moment would just said, all right, you know what, this game is over, I'm gonna pull all my units, make one attack, which I know is not going to work, and I'm just going to leave. But Suppy hang in there like a champ and is eventually able to turn it around. And he just seems to have such a positive mindset, which can be also important in StarCraft.
Yes, I think so. I don't think there's really any question whatsoever about that, and it has served him well up to this point. And we'll see whether or not it continues to here. I'd probably call Suppy as the favorite based on his recent performance, but it's really hard to say. We would have said yesterday that Drunken Boy probably wasn't advancing from his group. He certainly wasn't going to 4-0 his group, and then he did. And, man, he did well. He actually tweeted yesterday about how many tips he got. He earned over $500 in tips from the community.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love the tip system as well. I actually think I will be tipping a little bit today, because the boys deserve it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to throw some money in for some impressive games. I think the guy that plays the most impressive game today, I'm going to toss some cash in the pot for them. And then, of course, we don't want to leave out Hello Kitty, who is a real wild card. The joke is right now that if Hello Kitty builds a Nexus, Hello Kitty wins.
Yeah, certainly if he goes up to 3 Nexus, then it's like, oh my god, the power level increased. He's a really nice guy. I met him actually last year during the Lone Star Clash. He was playing a collegiate match back then, and I was chatting with him a little bit, and I was like, this kid is really happy, but I guess he's not very good. But then he logged in, I was like, he's a Grandmaster League player, and like we started chatting for a while, and he seemed like a super nice guy. So ever since then, I kind of kept track on him, and I knew that he was quite good, and I was really sad after his first series in WCS, because I knew that he could play so much better than he did against Ryong. Of course, you could say Ryong is a superior player, but he just didn't display the level of skill that he has. Like, it looked kind of silly. He was kind of stubborn in his own playstyle, and I was like, I just hope he switches it up and plays with a little bit more confidence in the next series. And when he did, there was like a whole new player.
Yeah,
it was so funny to see the forums go like 180 degrees instead of like worst player ever to, oh my god, Hello Kitty.
Oh yes, the community is always so supportive of North American talent, right? It's like, oh yeah, just trash him. No wonder we don't have a strong North American scene if nobody's supporting it. But yeah, this group is, I think, the hardest to call of any of the groups. This could go any way whatsoever, and I'm really excited to see how it goes. I think that this could turn into some really wild StarCraft 2 over the next few hours.
Yeah, just to highlight Massa a little bit, as you pointed out, we haven't really seen a whole lot of Massa lately. That is definitely true. I tried to look up some statistics as well, and he hasn't played an insane amount of public games. But one of the cool things about Massa is, I always like to watch ladder records from good players, like whether it's the Muslim or Polt, And whenever I check those guys lately and see who they lost to, They like seriously, the last 5 times I checked, 3 or 4 losses were against Massa. So that means that he's pretty fucking on fire right now. Because hey, that's not easy to achieve either.
Yeah, there's no question about that. You know, if you're able to be beating down those guys on a pretty regular basis, then you definitely deserve some respect there. There's no real question about that. Now, we're going to bring these guys into the call. Obviously, we're going to have them muted before they come in. I'm just going to set up the cams, make sure everything's good there. Want to make sure Massa actually has a cam. As beautiful as his picture is, I have a feeling that's not actually Massa.
Yeah, when he added me on Skype, I was like, oh, who is this beautiful Korean girl adding me on Skype? So I'm like putting on my flirting face and I start chatting. And then after like 2 minutes, he's like, hey, you do realize I'm Massa, right? I was like, yeah, I knew that. I didn't.
Roddy, I don't think you have a flirting face. Like, I think that's just your default appearance.
Well, you know, I was using an extreme amount of smileys while I was chatting, you know, trying to bring in the A game. Didn't work. Not on Massa, man. He was stone cold.
Yeah, we're going to be having a look at them momentarily. There we go. It looks like we do. Oh, we almost had Massa's cam there, and then it turned off again. Let's see if we can get it this time. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time to set all this up. But we'll be going into this pre-game face-off, and obviously this is going to be between teammates, which is always pretty interesting. We had a lot of that in Group A, actually. That was kind of the group of Root and Maker. Yeah, it was Root trying to kill Maker and Maker trying to kill Root. And that was actually kind of a surprise. I expected Vibe to get out of that group, but he didn't. And obviously one Root player had to fall, and it ended up being Vibe there, which was unfortunate to say the least. But such is the way that things go. And they seemed unwilling to really banter with each other, which is actually surprising. You know, I always thought that the kind of Root atmosphere is very much kind of a friendly competition between the players there. Would you say that's the case, Roddy?
Oh yeah, man! You should read our Root channel private on Skype. It's quality entertainment 24/7. People bantering back and forth about either in good things, you know. They're also very supportive. But oh, as soon as the Eagles are hurt, then we go all out. But it's all in good fun, though. It's all in good fun. There's a really good atmosphere in the team. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fantastic. That does sound like the route that I would think would be the case, right? You know, it would seem really weird if Root was super serious. They're, of course, a great team with great players, but I would expect that atmosphere. Excellent. Looks like we have Massa Cam. Fantastic. All right, we can go into this interview. Sorry about the brief delay there. So, there we go. So, one, congratulations to both of you. You actually brought webcams, which is more than I can say for Group B, so you're clearly better than they are. All right, so, Kane, let's start with you, shall we? Welcome to the show.
All right. Thank you, thank you.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I've been getting ready for this, and I'm feeling pretty confident right now, so.
Awesome. Now, you are, of course, a recent addition to Root. How's the team treating you so far?
Good, good. A lot of friendly faces on the team, and really easy people to get along with, so I'm really happy in the team, and I plan to stay here for quite a while.
Fantastic. Massa, hi, how are you doing this morning?
Hi. I don't know, I just woke up, so.
You can join the club on that one. Yeah, don't worry, like, me and Roddy haven't slept either. It's just like, what? This is StarCraft, I don't understand. Now, you've been described by cats as the secret weapon of Root. Why do you think that is?
Well, because I haven't shown to a lot of StarCraft 2 scene. And simply because I'm good enough to snipe people.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Interesting, interesting. Now, when you found out you were going to be playing against Kane, did you decide to prepare for that, or do you think you've practiced enough against him in-house?
Not really. I haven't really faced Kane, even in ladder. Oh. But my TVG is pretty much the best right now, so I didn't really bother much.
Yeah. Confidence, nice to hear. So Kane, you did mention that obviously you've been looking forward to playing this match and you've been preparing. So Massa doesn't really seem to be all that concerned about you. Do you think he maybe is making a mistake there?
Yeah, I definitely think he's being a little overconfident. He's always been kind of the outcast of Root, I would say. Like, he never really talks much and he never really plays much. So I think part of that is because he's not very good. But I guess we'll see.
Oh, I gotta say, Massa, I haven't had a chance to see you play yet. You're gonna have to prove him wrong here. Do you have any final words for your opponent before we go into the match today?
Not much. We'll just see.
Yeah. All right, Kane.
See you later, Massa. There's always other tournaments, so when you don't advance, make sure you don't give up, okay?
Okay.
Guys, thank you very much. To your stations, please. We will be seeing you play momentarily. Let's see who's all bark and who has the bite. Kane versus Massa. Now, people might be wondering, hang on a second, isn't Massa Terran? Why does he have Abatha as his player portrait? He demanded it. Like, he said, can I have Abatha? He's so cool. I'm like, Abatha doesn't have a portrait. He's not an in-game unit. I will make you a portrait out of the cutscene. So, Massa is now Abatha. We don't argue with that. Oh, God.
I love that little interview. That was pretty cool.
It's like they want to be polite, but at the same time, like, you know what? Screw this guy. I want the money.
Yeah. Kane seems really confident though, which I can understand. As I said, whenever I watched him play lately against the best of them in North America, or at least the best that North America has to offer, he's been doing so well. I've even seen him play absolute fantastic games against Pold whenever Pold was streaming. So I can understand his confidence, but I'm hella excited, Totalbiscuit.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be really good. As I said, I haven't had the chance to see these guys play, but I've heard the hype. So I want to see them just deck each other. And Whirlwind's going to be a really good map for that as well. We actually haven't seen Whirlwind that much in this tournament so far. It's often been vetoed, but this is a big macro map, the largest one we have in the pool.
It's a really fun one as well in TVC. Certainly, ever since like Terran started using Widow Mines way more than instead of Siege Tanks, obviously Siege Tanks more Wings of Liberty style. It is so fun. It's so action-packed and often so high-paced. And I'm expecting like a macro-oriented opening from both sides. Even though Kane likes to switch it up every now and then with some Roach Bane's action, but I'm not expecting him to do that in Whirlwind. I think we're going to see a macro-oriented opening, and then it's just going to be madness all over the place.
Yeah, it should be, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how that actually ends up turning out. These guys are setting up right now. We should be in the game momentarily. I'd like to remind you that you can check out all the information about this tournament over at SHOUTcraft.com. That is SHOUTcraft.com, and that is, of course, also where you can find the tip jars. So if any of these guys end up impressing you, then, yeah, get ready to rock and all roll, because they will hopefully be putting on a good show for you.
I'm a little bit confused by this game mode lobby as well. This is what you want me for. I was like,
yes, like what the hell's going on? Yeah, don't worry, it's all good. We're just going to have these guys pick their team so that the root logo is emblazoned all over the map in all of its beautiful glory. And then once that's happened, we will be in there in a second. We're just waiting for Kane to pick his. He's slacking. So I'm going to penalize him $5 in tips for that. There we go. Okay, he's good.
Let's not do that, man. Let's not do that. That would be sad.
That would be horrible. It's like this tournament's actually costing him money to play in. That's really bad.
Hey, you didn't know? You didn't read the terms of agreement? He's like, what? No?
Alright, we are ready to rock and roll. Game 1 on Whirlwind. Looking forward to it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely little map intro as we sweep across the verdant fields and wonderful jungles of Whirlwind, which is about to be torn to pieces by violence, which is exactly how we like to see it. Alright, folks, here we are. We are in the map. And...
sorry.
Oh, are we good? Everything good?
Go ahead. I was just asking one question. In this observer client, can I also follow your camera, or how does it work?
I don't know if you can actually follow mine. I know you can follow the players. Try Control 1 through Control 3. I think at least one of those will work.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, also if you press X, it brings up the settings menu with all the hotkeys. So that's useful. There you go.
You go ahead and introduce our lovely players.
And we lose the admin. Oh, that's a great start. We actually have been having a few issues with GameHeart over the last couple of days. We don't know if it's a map-related or Battle.net, but we just lost the admin. It's okay. I can admin. That's not really a big deal, but we will unfortunately have to wait for him to time out, so we'll wait for that for a second. We'll wait for him to time out. Yep. But yeah, GameHeart's really, really cool. That's what we've been using for this tournament. It's a really nice, I wouldn't say minimalist. It's nicely constructed. It puts the stuff in a good place, and it makes sure that you've got the most game screen available to you. It's also got a lot of information available, but people, of course, have to get used to the idea that the information's stacked down the bottom now instead of at the top.
Yeah, definitely. It's something you have to get used to, but I started enjoying it as well. After I watched a couple of games, I was like, yeah, this actually makes sense, you know? You just see more of the gameplay overall, and after all, like, as soon as we see more of the battles, it's more fun for the observers at home as well. So it makes a lot of sense, and they've been doing a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Game Heart is absolutely fantastic. I hope to see more tournaments use it in the future. Alright, folks, after that minor hiccup, we are in the game, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you our first contestant. He is playing Zerg in the red trunks to the southwest of Whirlwind. His name is...
Root Kane.
There you go, the announcer voice is from Clutch. So, thank you to NASL for lending us Clutch for this event. Very much appreciated. And versus his opponent, his teammate, over to the southeast position, things are about to get wild. The secret weapon is unleashed.